Good day to all of you. Welcome to today's lesson. I'm Asante Patrick Role Model, and in this lesson, we'll be talking about list. We'll be talking about list. We'll be talking about list in this lesson. Okay, so let's take it further. List. That not list? That's fine. You have a list. We'll be talking about list in this lesson. What is list? List is anything that you write down in order to work with. You get it? So sometimes you would want to go to the market and you have to get your shopping list before you move on. You get it? Or let's say you are dealing with a recipe, how to produce a certain product. Using the recipe, you will have to go by a certain list, a step-by-step procedure in order to get your product. You get it? In order for you to get your product. So this lesson will help us to understand how to include lists in our web pages. It will help us to understand how to include lists in our web pages. So as I said earlier on, we have a shopping list. A shopping list. Shopping list. Shopping list. Let me clean this. Shopping list. Okay. You can see that the shopping list can be written in any order at all that you want. Any order at all. You don't have to follow a certain procedure. But with a recipe for the product, you can't write it just anyhow. You have to follow a step-by-step procedure. A step-by-step procedure. This brings the idea of two different types of list. We have ordered list and unordered list. Ordered list and an unordered list. So you take note of this. Example of ordered list is the recipe. Example of an ordered list is the shopping list. You get it? The shopping list can be written anyhow without following any step-by-step procedure. But a recipe cannot be written anyhow, and therefore the recipe is ordered list. Okay, so let's move on. In web pages or websites, how do you include these types of list? How do you include this type of list? As we said earlier on, HTML is all about marking up, and you need elements in order to mark this part of the document up in a specific manner. You get it? The elements will help you display them in a certain way, or they will have a certain format when they are being displayed or printed for you. You get it? So let's take it. The element that we will use here, let's take the unordered list first. Unordered list. Unordered list. Okay, so that's it. Unordered list. The element that we'll use here comes from the two words that combine to give us this unordered list. So the first one is U and the next one is L. So this is the element we use to create unordered list. Okay, unordered list. So let's bring the closing tag of it. UL. There we go. You get it? So this is the element that we require in order to create an ordered list. Let's take it a bit further. Okay. Then the list. Let's say our shopping list contains, let's say, contumely, cassava, and others. This list will be inside an element we call the LI element. LI element. This list will go inside this. So rewriting it better, we'll have UL, then we have LI, which will contain our first list, which is what? Contumely. Okay, let me close this. So I will close this with this as usual. Then our next list, which maybe is cassava. LI, which is maybe cassava. Hey, is my spelling of cassava right? I'm not sure. Let me spell it all. Cassava. Okay, so our cassava will go into another list and we'll close it. L-I close. Is that not right? Maybe you would want a granite. You want to prepare granite soup. Then you pound some nice fufu. So let's go on. L-I. Is that not so? Then write granite. 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 Then we would like to close this with this tag. Okay, I hope you are getting it. That's fine. Then the next thing, don't you need meat? Yes, you need meat. I guess you need meat, so you write your meat inside of this. Sorry. Then you will have to close it. Then also L-I. At the end of it all, we will need our UL tag also closed. Let me remove this. Okay, no, that's not the best. Yes, you need our UL tag also closed. So this is an example of what an ordered list. An ordered list. An ordered list. It is very, very important that you take key note of this. This is how to write an ordered list inside a web browser or a web page that you are creating. You get it? It is very, very important. Then we take it further. Let's move on to the ordered list. Ordered list. Let me change the color. Okay, let me bring this thing a bit down. Okay, come on. Okay, so we are tackling ordered list over here. Ordered list. Ordered list. As I said in the previous one, we will need an HTML element in order to bring this thing to our web page. You get it? We need an HTML element to bring this to our web page. And this HTML element comes with the first two letters of the words ordered and the what? List. You get it? So we need OL as our element. Sorry. So our element, then we'll have to close this again with OL. Then the various lists will still go inside our LI element. LI element. Is that not so? That's fine. Okay, so let's move on. Let's create a list for maybe our recipe. Which recipe? Okay, let's say we want to prepare rice gun, a mutu. Okay, we want to prepare rice balls. Okay, so let's see, how do we prepare a rice ball? We need to go step by step. So preparing rice ball is a type of what? Recipe, and therefore we have to use ordered list. And we have to go step by step. So first of all, we need our OL tag. Then also, then we need our first list. LI. No, you let me bring this thing here so that we'll be able to include everything that we want to. Okay, so we have our LI over here. Then also, then first one, maybe we'll have to cook the rice first and then drive it in order to get our rice ball. That not so. Okay, so let's see. Get fire. It's our first step. We'll close it. No, let me clean this. We'll close this. Is that not so? Okay. Then the next thing. I boil water. Then maybe we'll close it. Okay, let's go to the next page. What do we do here? After boiling the water for some time, you pour in your rice. Let me clean this. Your rice. So put rice, let me clean this, put rice in hot water, in hot water, and also then I'll close this. Okay, then let's continue. I don't know how to cook rice balls, so you can continue the list for me. So at the end of it, then you'll have to close everything with your OL element. OL element. Then also, so this is ordered list, and this is how to create it. So we've gotten to know that creating lists is very, very important because we use lists in our day-to-day activities. Therefore, how to include it on a website or on a web page is very, very important. We've gotten to know that there are two types of lists. We have ordered and unordered. You get it? And we've gotten to know how to create each one of them. And this brings us to the end of this lesson. For now, stay tuned, for there is more to come. Okay, bye bye.